Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Cities Skylines. Today's episode, we are going to start working on the university. We're gonna kind of get it planned out. We're gonna get a couple of the initial buildings in there, as well as expanding out all of our residential areas to kind of meet up to that university area. But if you're excited about the video today, be sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Really helps me out. But yeah, let's get into it. Here we go. Alright, so we kind of have an initial layout of where the university is going to end up going. Kind of tucked it inside these two hills. They're not much here, but we could end up maybe putting one of the big buildings up on top of one of these hills. I think they could look pretty nice. But in the meantime, I think what needs to happen is I think we need to upgrade this road to kind of be more of a main drag road, and it's probably going to curve right up into the main, this kind of main road right here. I think that's kind of how I envision this going. So what we'll end up doing, we'll get a nice 4-lane road. We'll probably use just the 1 lane for now. But I think what we'll do is we'll kind of go close enough to the middle, I think, and then we'll just kind of bring it down. Bring it down to about there, and then we might end up, what we'll do is we'll actually just delete a couple of those roads, and then we will use our curved road tool and just curve it right in there. For now, we'll just get rid of those, but then we are going to upgrade these. Use a little bit of eminent domain right there, just kind of taking out some of those houses, which is okay. But then what we need to do, we need to bring these roads. Okay, we need to bring these roads back. We need to connect these back up so we don't lose that. So we're kind of deviating from our grid line here, which is okay. That's perfectly fine. I think what we'll end up doing is we will turn these into probably a little bit smaller. Maybe just 9 on this direction instead. And again, we'll just keep bringing it down. We will do there. We will definitely delete that extra node. Okay, it didn't say there was a node there. Yeah, alright. No, it got rid of it itself. Perfect. So let's keep it going. Let's get out of there, please. Alright, let's just keep this going up. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to connect the rest of this road kind of area up to this. I don't know. I feel like it can't really connect anymore there. Yeah, I think we're going to leave it kind of like that. Again, we will keep developing this a little bit closer here. I think that's perfectly natural. We'll just kind of bring it a little bit closer, and again, this is where kind of you might deviate from your original design. So maybe you do that, and then you have an extra road there. So I think, yeah, this is looking fine. Maybe we'll bring this one just a little bit shorter. But yeah, so then we'll bring this probably there and just bring that in. I think that's a fair approach there. I don't think there's anything crazy about that. Alright, so our water line has come a little bit off the road there. So let's just fix that. We will bring this one over. That way you can easily connect the dots. Alright, bring that up to there. Bring that across. Again, put the water lines under the road where they belong. Alright, let's work on filling this in. I think what we might do, this is definitely not going to be, this is part of the university, so we don't want anything there, but I think maybe we could put a little bit of commercial here. I think that's a viable place for that. I think what we might actually do is, let's use our zoning adjuster here, which I'm not sure where it went. There it is. Okay, let's take out the zoning on that road. I don't think that really made any sense there. We lose a little bit there, but we gain a little bit more in this area. So let's fill that in, fill that in. Okay, get a couple buildings here. And then let's fill the rest of this in with our residential. I put a couple dog parks in and around the area, just to kind of make the happiness go up a little bit. I think what we might end up needing, we might need another elementary school. The other one is really only 400 students. That's not really enough. We could also throw in a public library. I think this could very easily go like in this area. And honestly, this fit really nicely right here. So I'm tempted to do it. However, it kind of makes more sense maybe to do it here and move that road, which I think I'm going to do. This is a little bit closer to the main drag, which I think makes more sense. If I can delete the road. There we go. Okay, yeah, let's get that. And again, I think maybe we might throw just another, maybe we do the community school here, just since this might be a little bit higher valued homes, I guess you might call it, since it's closer to the university. One thing we haven't been keeping up on is districts. So this was supposed to be Prospect Heights. Okay. So that's kind of, I think this still needs to be Prospect Heights. I think it all kind of entails the same thing, because it all stems around the Prospect or Park. Because all these people are really, they're kind of working here, but we'll probably end up making, we might not do a university here. I think it's either going to be a liberal arts college or a trade school. I'm thinking a trade school would make more sense, just because you have this ore park in the area as well. So just to kind of keep things, in the same vicinity. I think what we might do, we might do a little bit more high-rise commercial or residential there, and then probably do that. And I think what we'll do is we'll just kind of trim out some of these trees here, just to make it feel as though you have a little bit of separation there, which is good. Alright, I think what I forgot to do was make sure these roads could extend out, because I totally missed that. So we don't want these roads to not be able to continue through. So we need to make sure that we don't block the intersections. So we definitely made these blocks quite a bit bigger, which is okay. However, that just means that you're going to have some gaps in between here, in between some of those, which is okay. So let's clean up some of these commercial buildings here, as well as some of these. I don't like that. Let's not put that there. Alright, I think things are coming along very smoothly here. Things are popping up here. We have good residential usage. Again, that residential demand is it just keeps creeping up. It's good. It's good. Now, one thing that I did notice between episodes is that we are having issues keeping up with our raw materials for these machines. Now, I'm not sure if it always seems like this is completely full, yet it never seems to transfer it over here. So I've made sure that it can exit here, it can turn around, it has no problem doing that. So for some reason, I'm almost thinking that this just can't be on, because these things are always just emptying it to here instead of actually, bringing it to. I mean, you can see this right here. I mean, this guy literally just he must have just brought it here. So I'm gonna actually turn this off and see how that works, because there's for some reason it will not put the material from the mines or the drills into these machines, and I'm not sure why. So if you know the reason why that is, leave a comment and maybe help me out a little bit. I'm not sure what's going on. It seems like, I have it set to empty, but I've had it on balanced. That didn't do anything. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what goes on. Anyway, so continuing on here, I think we again might just keep extending out these roads here. I think what we'll do, we'll actually go back to 9. I think that was a good median. So we are just going to extend these out. And I think at this point we'll probably need to have some more services in here. It seems like we're probably pretty sparse on, we're going to probably need another police station somewhere in this area, especially near the campus. So what we might do, we might throw one maybe kind of right here. I think that's a pretty good spot for it. Again, we'll probably need another fire station in the area as well. So let's just kind of, I think again here, it's pretty good. This is a nice little central spot here. And healthcare. We have literally no healthcare. So I think we might throw another death care situation there. As well as maybe some child care health centers here. Especially near the church, near the high school. I think you could definitely have a couple of these amenities around here, and even maybe a elder care center. Could be somewhere in this vicinity. Typically, you have them kind of on the main roads. I'm tempted to actually put it like right here. I know. Well, we might flip it around. Let's put it like there. I'm okay with that. That way, you have, it actually fits in here really nicely, but it kind of clears this whole area, which is pretty good. I think coming down to it, we really probably need to connect this up, just because we are expanding here quite rapidly, and we're going to end up having traffic problems real soon. So. Okay, one thing I did not actually add was a medical clinic. So I think probably right next to this is, a viable solution. Why does it think that I have move it on? That's weird. Huh. Okay, well, we're not placing that one, I guess. That's just too big. Okay, well, let's go with this one. Again, I think that's perfectly fine to put it on that sort of road. I think what we might end up doing is put a parking lot in here. Let's see what we got. I'm thinking probably this one. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. That was exactly the one I was looking for. Let's not go there, and then we will just fill in the rest of this. So let's get this all the way up to there. Get this filled in, get that filled in. Get a little more commercial. Make sure we got water in the area. Alright, let's sit back, maybe enjoy a nice sip of coffee, and let's watch this fill in. Because, yeah, we're really cranking along at this point. So, yeah, do a little stretch, maybe take a sip of water. There we go. Alright, I think, so while this is going, I think what we're going to do, we are going to get, while that's moving, we are going to start with the administration building, and I think we're just going to put it right at the end of the street here. I think it's an appropriate spot. You drive down this road, it's not straight, so unfortunately you do have to turn, but once you turn, you just see a perfect, beautiful trade school building right there. I think that's gorgeous. So in the meantime, let's kind of clear up some of these trees in here. And then what we're going to do, we're going to actually change these trees on this road. What shall we go for? We don't want to block the view, obviously. So we might end up doing these young lindens. Okay. And then maybe we do the little bit bigger trees on the side views like that. That's okay. I'm alright with that. So what we need to do next, we're just kind of honestly, we're going to detail a little bit of this. Get some paths through here. You know, get some. You know, I don't love how this isn't technically uniform. But you know what? I think that's what makes it unique, which I'm okay with. So then we'll kind of do that, and then we'll come up to here, and maybe to there, and then we'll come to here, and then to there. You know, it's crazy that there's so many paths when it comes to universities. They got paths on paths. It's amazing how they have so many paths. Alright, so we're gonna do that, and then I think what we might do, might turn this into a crossing, and then we'll just scoot it up. And then actually what we'll need to do is we need to change the trees on here. Let's just change them to the young lindens. Now what we could do, we can obviously throw in a couple of these big oaks kind of off in the area here. These small ones are not any fun. There's a big one. Okay, well, let's delete those. So I think we still have a very viable, view, but now we have just a lot of walkability going on here. So I think we're off to a very good start here. Again, thank you guys for watching the videos here. It means a lot for sure. But yeah, let's keep it going. So we're gonna need some dormitories. Then we have a study hall. We have the groundskeeping. The groundskeeping, I think, typically would go kind of off to the sides, maybe even like right there. It's not really in the campus, but you know, it's in the area. So I think what we need to do is kind of take our paths here, and then let's stick to the angle. So I think the cool thing about the universities or the schools is that it does allow you to place all these buildings like on the roads. I think that's so cool. Or on the paths. I think that's such a cool idea. Again, we're just gonna keep it going. You know, we're gonna keep the paths up. If you look at any university or any sort of big trade school or anything from above, from Google Maps, let's say, they have so many paths. It's just paths on paths. So I think we might have some dormitories out this way. So if we can do, let's line to the grid for a second, and maybe we'll go like this. We want to go a little bit further. That's pretty good. And then maybe we throw a couple dorms over here, like that. Maybe we have the book club kind of in the middle, something like that. I think that's pretty nice. Let's swap these out for the non-tree lined ones. I think maybe overdoing it with the tree lines. Just on this side. We'll leave them in the front. I think that's a good spot for them. So let's bring that up. We'll bring that down to there. We will bring this up to there-ish. That doesn't look right. Oh, right there. Okay. That seems like a reasonable thing. Okay. So we have the groundskeeping. We do need the study hall. I think the study hall could easily go kind of behind the administrative building. I think it's a pretty good spot for it. Okay, we also have the outdoor study hall. I think would go very well behind the current study hall. I'm not loving how that's not exactly straight, but we will... Yeah, you know what? I don't like it. Gotta fix it. Alright, we will delete that. So that one is straight. We'll give it that. But this needs to go straight up. There we go. Okay, that's better. So then let's put the study hall right here. And then, you know, we also have the gymnasium. We have a cafeteria. I think that's a pretty good spot for a cafeteria, if you ask me. We will do a couple more dorms on this side. And again, it's good to have some green space. There's nothing wrong with green space. So where would be a good spot? I think maybe a nice little spot for a statue right there. I think is pretty good. So we need some water in this area. Let's get it under the paths. I mean, it's close enough to roads, I guess. Alright, I think this is looking pretty good. Obviously we don't need to go overboard. Like the gymnasium, I don't know if that's really necessary. You got the library. Again, I think what I wanted to do was put this big outdoor area right next to, or right behind this one. I think it's a pretty nice spot for it. So let's do that. Make sure we have that snapping on, and not do that. Okay, now let's get this out. Let's kind of center it. We'll do that. And then we'll do that. Yeah. No, this is looking really nice. We'll just keep extending that out. Alright, we just want grid, please. This is looking pretty nice, to be honest. Now, as for a commencement office, I'm not really sure where we want to put that yet. I'm not sure. We don't need to rush it. I think another statue right there would be nice. So, we need... I mean, there's a lot of buildings here. It's amazing how many buildings they have in this thing. But no, I think things are coming along nicely on this. All right. You know, yeah, I think this is looking good. What we'll end up probably doing is we'll probably have the stadiums out in the back, is my guess. You know, maybe we put the football stadium or something right in the middle. That could always be okay. But yeah, we've made a lot of good progress here. We still have a ton of residential demand, which is great. We might actually end up pulling this out this way. Let's get that extended. Because I mean, all we need is we just need residential. I mean, it's just demand after demand. So let's kind of grid this out. Might get a little smaller here. That's okay. I think we are dealing with some terrain height. Yeah. This is just going to be, you know, shorter, smaller blocks. Nothing too big. Just honestly going to be kind of random. So I'm not sure if we want to connect that. I don't think we do, because technically this is like that road there is separate, which I'd like to keep that way. So what we'll do, we'll get water under the road, and then let's just get this all put in here. So we'll just keep it separated there. And I don't think we're going to go any further this way. I think we might as well just kind of tree brush this in. And then we'll put some trees here, and I think what we'll end up doing, we'll definitely put some paths there, for sure. So let's turn off all of our snapping. Get some paths in here just to connect the high school to some of these roads. Let's raise up the size and density of this, because I would like this a little more full. There we go. It's a little better. We don't want to overdo it, because then we put in about 1,000 trees, and we don't want to do that. So again, we need to keep up on our district here. See, my problem is always, I don't know exactly when I'm supposed to change districts, you know? When do I say, okay, this is this district, this is that district? And I'm never really great at using some of these like tourism ones or the organic things. So like, you know, I guess technically I could take a little bit out of this one here or something like this. So since like this is a little bit different commercial, I could say, you know, within this district, then we're going to have, like, this is actually going to be organic and the local produce or something like that. So some of those buildings will disappear and they'll pop back up with some different ones, which could be nice. So we need a name for our trade school. Right now it's on Primrose. However, I mean, it's got to be Prospect, right? Prospect or trade school. I think that's a pretty good name for it. We'll go with that for now. And then this is going to be our Prospect Goods and Food. So as of now, it has the local produce and products on it. We could as well make it self-sufficient buildings, but we'll leave that for now. I think that's pretty good. But yeah, I think we're off to a good start on our trade school. We'll see how things are going on his. Obviously, we have a lot of attractiveness, but we have pretty much 0 people there, which is okay. I think the last thing we're going to do here, we're going to get this connected, and we'll get this flowing this way. I think this is going to help a lot of traffic, because I'm pretty sure we're going to get a lot more traffic coming down this way. So in the meantime, we'll get this connected here, and I'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody. That was a short time for you, but a long time for me. All right, so we have a very beautiful little interchange here. We will clean it up just a little bit with some of the landscaping tools. Yeah, clean that up just a little bit there. We'll maybe throw some trees in. I don't love the fact that I'm just seeing cars right now that are doing U-turns. Don't love that. We're actually going to bring this up a little bit because we can. Yeah, so everything should be functional at this point. We're gonna bring these down just a little bit. Yeah, I think everything is doing good right now, honestly. So let's get some trees. I don't think we need that many trees, but yeah, that's better. We'll get a little bit of trees in here, get some coverage going on. I don't love this angle. I don't know what's going on there. Let's go with that instead. That's a little bit better. So this angle here is not great. I think we might take that a little bit out just to give it a little bit more. We will try that. See how that works. That looks a little better. I think what we can actually do is we can shift over to the blue one. There we go. That's a little better. Alright. So now we have some turnarounds here. We have a new connection into our city. We can take a look at how many people are using it. If I get out and move it. Wow, we have a whole like 3 cars. You know what? It'll be better. It'll get better because this is just going to keep expanding out here. We're going to have a lot more residential out in this area. But I think things are going pretty good. I'm imagining our downtown's going to be somewhere on this island. I think that's probably a legitimate place. Again, we're going to have probably a port up here for some commercial or industrial areas like that. We don't really have a lot of industrial right now, but we are wanting way more residential and way more commercial. One other thing I did do in the past episode, I did set up a spot for an airport. I think it might need to be a little bigger than this, but I think this is a good spot for it. Just kind of tucked away around a little bit of an island, sort of peninsula thing. But yeah, I think we're off to a good start right now. We've got some good traffic flow. We haven't actually checked our traffic flow. Let's check that. 83%. I think that's pretty darn good. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's episode. We will take one last look at our beautiful interchange. It's all marked out with our lane markings. We got good traffic flow. I believe that's somewhat of a half clover leaf. I think something like that. But yeah, I appreciate all you guys' support again. Please be sure and leave a like and subscribe when you get a chance. I really appreciate it. But yeah, thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.